You are part Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take it away.
Your sad devotion to that ancient religion has not helped you conjure up the stolen data tapes, or given you clairvoyance enough to find the rebels' hidden fort.
I find your lack of faith disturbing. We would be honored if you would join us.
Come with me.
Obi-Wan once thought as you do. You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
I will not turn, and you'll be forced to kill me.
If that is your destiny.
Search your feelings, Father. You can't do this. I feel the conflict within you. Let go of your hate.
It is too late for me, son.
Well, that was a pretty somber start. Unfortunately, James Earl Jones has passed away. And given that, you know, he was such a big influence, especially in his role as Darth Vader, which is why I had that on there, big part of my childhood. I'm not as big of a fan of the originals as I am the prequels, but he is still a big part of the reason why I like Star Wars, or I used to anyway. And so I wanted to give him a little bit of some time, stream, dedicate the stream to him, because I had enough time to, you know, edit a little intro, guys. But yeah, also Matthew, thank you for being a member on the channel. But it is pretty good. Can't complain too much. Had a test today. I think I did pretty well. It only took me 10 minutes, so that was great. So I got out of class really early. But yeah, it's all right. I mean, I'm kind of getting over sinus stuff that I've had off and on pretty much the last week. I thought it was getting better, and then I did commentating a football game on my second channel, and it kind of like made everything worse again. But you know, yeah. How is everybody doing in chat? But yeah, Theta and Vader passing the same year is not a great time. I agree. My sinuses are kicking my ass. Yeah, yesterday I was having huge headaches like throughout the day. But all right, so we're continuing on our, you know, tier list for attractiveness, and we're gonna fix this again because for some weird reason, when I come back to these, they always try to put these. I don't like these at the front. I don't like these. So let's just start out the tier list. Going with it. The problem is we usually get off track, and so we got to just stay on track. That's all I gotta say. Track. Okay. Not having S tier. That's insane. I don't know. That's fuck S tier. That's just insane. Bracken superior for declaring to Aegon the II. Mayhaps. Marjorie was like a goddess. Oh, glad she's an S tier. I prefer Joffrey from the books though. A tall, good-looking lad. Joffrey. I don't know about that S. I think that's a little wild. A little wild, we'll say. Also, for my fantasy users or my football guys, you know, Cooper Cup last night put in a shift. Okay, I need George Kittle to get like 6 points today, and we'll be okay. It wasn't a great week. Definitely was not a great week for my team, but I think we're barely gonna squeak by. Jonathan Taylor, pretty this week. Terry McLaurin was non-existent. My flex was Keon Coleman, non-existent. So I don't know. Why am I seeing a lot of S tier for Craster? I don't know. I know there's rational people in here. Okay, okay, also we're not doing Bran either. Bran is just it's too young. And I feel weird. It's not right. I don't know what to say. Also, Bran's not a person, so I don't know. Can't put him below Sam. It looks like we're putting him in Sam. Nobody likes Craster. Hey, Craster's experienced. There's that. As Marjorie, once said, experience can be a good thing. Craster's got that going for him. He's got his own piece of land. Got some pigs. Just saying. Just saying. He's got some things going for him. Now the problem is, got to compete with his daughters for his attention. So that's not good. That's no good. But Craster, he could be up there. You don't know. He could be up there. Mayhaps. I don't know. Oh, by the way, hi Dakota. I didn't really say hi that much to you guys. Hi Ghost, hi Dakota, hi Matthew, hi Twist, hi Ruckus, hi Maz. How are the gamers doing today? How are we doing? Okay, so we're not even gonna really not just put him in D. Everybody's voting for D. Okay. Stannis. Oh, I know this is. Oh, by the way, hi Bleach Party. How are you? This is Dakota's favorite character. So, Ahaps get an S tier because this is Dakota's absolute favorite. Elves are the future of rap. I don't even know what that means, Elf Boy. Are you gonna become the next rapper? Give me a verse in the chat. Can we get more Craster love? No, unfortunately. I hate you, Grease. Whoa. Hate such a strong word. Strong word. I mean, I feel like Stannis is a quality B. I think, the actor that plays him, he's an alright looking guy. Nothing crazy. No, he's not the most I don't know, the person sticks out the most, but I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry for the Christian McCaffrey users. My guy is inactive for Monday's game with the Jets. That's actually probably a good thing for me. That means George Kittle's going to get more targets. Unfortunate to the Christian McCaffrey for owners. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. He's mid as fuck. Yeah, Bleach. I'm kind of I think he's just mid. I think he's mid. We're going off of the show, Matthew, because if we went off the book, some of the things on here would be a little sketchy, But we are definitely going off of the show. Bro has a Giga Chad jaw. He's got a good jaw. But does the jaw maketh the man? Don't. Rap battle? Maz, drop some verses. I want to see a rap battle in chat. Just start, diss tracking people. If Ashley was in here, I would love to see an Ashley versus Dakota, rap battle. I think that'd be insane. Here's the thing. I love Stannis, but he is not the most attractive guy. I mean, I think that's just... I think he's B tier. I think he's around some of these kind of guys in the middle. He's just kind of... He's there. There. I can't hurt her like that. Oh, my. Stannis looked really good with the beard. I agree. Play some music? No, I don't think I will. Because then I'd have to play copyright-free music. Well, I guess if I play music throughout the whole thing, I could press the feature word to remove it afterwards. So maybe next stream. I'm pretty handedly this week, even with T. Higgins on the bench. Yeah, I had a weird situation where my team is pretty much I'm never changing my running backs until I'm forced to, an injury or a bye, because I have Kyron Williams and Jonathan Taylor. But my flex is just I don't know what to do with my flex, because this is my options for flex. I have Christian Watson, Keon Coleman, Michael Wilson from the Cardinals, J.K. Dobbins, and Jamison Williams. I went with Keon Coleman because he was playing a terrible secondary, and Josh Allen just didn't throw him the ball. And then Jamison Wilson or Williams, and also J.K. Dobbins had a great week, and I didn't start him, so it's unfortunate. There's no way, Ruckus, that interview is real. Can we go back to normal nerd stuff, not the sports nerd stuff? What can I say? What can I say? I translate over. Okay, so we're really putting Stannis in S tier. Okay, it's tied with B tier. All right, so I'm going to let's see here. Let's just do some brain power here. About 50% for A and S. It's 50% for B and C. What do we do here? Tied again. What do we do? Hey Matthew. Well, I don't know what to tell you. The Patriots are just that good. I mean, their defense is good. Their offense is trash. But yeah. It's tied between B and S, so I'm gonna give Stannis A. You guys are very indecisive. I'm gonna let him in there. I'm just gonna put him in A. All right. Next one. We have Hal Drogo. Put Drogo in, guys. If Ashley was in here, this would be an automatic S tier. But he is not, so you guys can still sway the vote. Also, guys, remember, keep it in your pants. All I gotta say. Whoa, Dakota, you're throwing out some allegations in chat. Okay, I respect it. Top of A at least. Nah, we're gonna keep him at the bottom because it's very split on it. Drogo is the bad boy that the ladies love. Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's very aggressive, very like manly on the outside, but on the inside, he's just a little. Or he's a big dude with a nice little heart for Daenerys. What do you think Rhaenyra would do if she met her descendant? If she met, wait, oh yeah, Rhaenyra. I thought you said Rhaegar for a second. I don't even know. Like, how would that work? So are you saying like, okay, let's say Daenerys is coming back to Westeros and Rhaenyra is like a ghost or something and sees Daenerys? She'd probably be like pretty happy with Daenerys because as she is somebody that was a woman that was overlooked. Daenerys is going to try and take the throne as a woman. That's something that she was also trying to do. And so I think Rhaenyra would probably like Daenerys quite a lot. I agree, Floor. I agree. I think Jason Momoa is a very attractive man. I just think there's some haters in chat. Rhaenyra would order her execution. That's another good point, though. What Rhaenyra is Daenerys seeing? There's a lot of variables with that question, Ty Williams. Drogo done in by a boo-boo. Hey, that's how it is. Smash that like button like we'd smash half of S tier. Half? What do you mean by that? Half? Dakota? I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. You have to be beard phobic American to vote against him being S tier. I agree, Floor. I agree. Theory of Ice of Fire. I agree. Hey, Ghost. Sometimes I'm a simp. That's all I'll say. Dakota, those are better numbers. Now you got to bring it up to 4 out of 4 because, come on. Might hate the guy, but that's all I'm saying. All right, we are putting Drogo. Now, this is an interesting one. Theon. Now, you could go a number of different ways, and I'm going to leave this up to interpretation. This could be pre-Ramsay Theon. This could be post-Ramsay Theon. You just vote with your heart. I gotta say, you gotta vote with your heart for this one. I feel like D should be a category here, but I don't know. I don't know. Theon just had the tool on him. It is true. That's true, Ghost. Drogo's not a great guy. That's all I'm gonna say. He's very complex, but he's not a great guy. Theon the eunuch or Theon the Chad? You guys choose. You guys choose. I don't know. I'm not voting, but if we're saying Theon before Ramsay nonsense, I'd give him an A. If we're talking Theon after Ramsay stuff, looking more like a C. So we'll have to see. I don't know, man. Like, B might be the best play because it's like you could get either one. That's true, Bleach Party. That's true. They're the same. Theon has always been cockless. Damn. That's not right. That's Dakota. That's not right. That's that too far. You went too far with it. You went just a little too far. Sometimes the football game starts. So we'll be getting off stream to watch that. 7:15. Okay, so this might probably go to maybe 7 or whenever we finish. That's all I'll say. Book Theon is A. Show Theon, not that attractive. Okay. Also, hi, Lord Fossaway. How are you? It's always nice to have a Lord in here. Drogo would be a better guy if he didn't buy his wife without talking to her, among other things, but he is heavily influenced by his own culture. Yeah, that's the problem, right? It's like Drogo is born and built into this culture that inherently has a lot of issues with it. So, Viserys the Third is overhated. Are you talking about like Viserys that was never actually crowned Viserys, like Daenerys' brother? If so, I agree. Drogo had to get others to restrain Viserys because he knew Viserys would smoke him in single. Oh yeah, yep, you're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. Viserys would have actually just killed him easily. Wouldn't even have been close. All right, I like Theon and B. I like Theon and B. I think that's a strong placement. Oh, it's our boy Viserys. It's our boy Harry Lloyd. I'm gonna keep 100% with you guys. I'm gonna give you guys some options. I am, but I mean, if we go under A tier, I don't know what we're smoking. I don't know what we're smoking. Let's be on that good shit. But no, I'm just gonna leave it out there. I'm just gonna leave it out there. Theon straight B, I agree. Honestly, I feel bad for Viserys. Guy was just doing what was necessary. He was trying. He was trying. Viserys would have marched off to Winterfell, killed Ramsay with one hand, and choked Roose with the other. I agree, Floor. I agree. Viserys above Dany? Oh, I don't know about that one. That's crazy. Now we got options. POV tier list? Nah, I gotta have options on this, though. I mean, whatever you say, Dakota. You are the captain, I guess. Let's go A on Viserys. I don't like that. Viserys to me is like significantly more attractive than all the people in A. Like significantly. Like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I get it. I get it. I do. I get it. Well, no. Some people are putting Viserys in C. I don't know what you're smoking. Yes, that is what we were talking, Matthew. That is what we were talking right now. Top of A? Dude, it's got to be S tier. Got to be S tier. Not to. It has to be. Yeah, yes. Yes, 100%. 100%. Viserys is over Drogo and Stannis. Yeah, 100%. Unless you like a real more like bigger muscular guy, and then I could see Drogo, but Viserys is just he's just a good guy. He's a good guy. That's all I got to say. But it does seem like you guys are putting him in A. Fine. I'm gonna put him at top of A because that's where he belongs if he's going in A. All right, Loras Tyrell. Okay, now Sansa had a crush on this man. Literally. So he's got to be somewhat high on here, don't you think? Like, got to be an attractive dude. He has to be. You know, I'm kind of in the same. Is it wrong to put Sansa on here? I feel like it's wrong to put Sansa. Chat, let me know. Do we do Sansa? It doesn't feel right to do Sansa. Like, I know Sophie Turner, is like older, but like, this feels weird given this character is so young at the beginning of the show. I just don't like it. It makes me feel icky. It makes me feel not good. What's the thoughts on that? Okay, let's say Viserys Salve, but it reminds me of Aryan Bright Flame Gods. I hated that lad. Aryan, he had his quirks. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. The Knight of Flowers, agreed. That's true, Dakota. Women do okay, I'm gonna drop some facts for you guys here in chat real quick. If you are like 6'2", for instance, your attractiveness level is it like does not matter what anything else, just your height. You are at least a 6 out of 10. So if you're like a tall lad, like you're 6 foot, maybe above, you instantly are like your minimum is like a 6. Like you can't go lower than a 6. Like you could have your teeth knocked out, be like Theon level of messed up. That from my studies of how women's psychology works, that's what I found. Hey, Floor, I'm only 5'9". I'm also not very tall either. But Floor, guarantee you're not ugly. I just think you're too hard on yourself, which is what we all are. We're too hard on ourselves. Zeno, you're young. You're 1 year behind me. That's all I'm saying. Zeno, Sophie Turner, I believe, is older than us. It just feels weird to me. It just feels weird to me. Yeah, Flo, like I just find it weird. I'm not trying to like mess around with that. Like that's all I'm saying. You're welcome, lads. You're welcome. I'm a short king of 5'5". Nothing wrong with it, Dakota. Nothing wrong with it. I would say B because although Viserys is not a good person, he was a child. But no, Ty, you're looking too deep into this. You're looking way too deep into this. This is just off of what he looks like. All I'm saying. That's right, Ghost. We're connected. But I'm just saying. This isn't cope. 5'9" is average. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's average. For a male, that is average. That's all I'm saying. Ghost, that's all I'm saying. Nah, I just don't think we're doing Sansa. It just doesn't feel right. Floor, join the gang. We love to see that. Standard 5'10", you'll love to see it. Love to see it. Ruckus, I guarantee there's more going there besides being 6 foot. But already, you have an advantage. I'll say it. When it comes to the situation we were talking about, you're 6 foot, basically are starting on recruit difficulty, and everybody else is like on pro difficulty. Just that's it. Dakota, average. That's all I'm saying. Average. It's fine. We're not bragging about it. We're just stating facts. Craster has me bricked up. Oh boy. A theory of Fast Fire. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it. It's like we can't really. It's just weird to do it. So let's just can't. Let's just not do it. Hey, I've seen it before on TikToks, Matthew Stewart. That's all I'm saying. I've seen it. I've also seen the flip side where men have like a weight scale or something. I'm like, man, that's kind of wild. That's a wild. It's just a wild situation. We're in a wild world. All right, Loris. Wait, I didn't even see what the poll said. What the poll said? S tier. I like Loris. I don't know about that. All right, Peter Dinklage. Lord Fossaway, we'll probably do some House of the Dragon stuff. I just want to let it breathe for a while because I did a bunch of content on it, and so I'm like, I don't want to overdo it. I want to kind of save some stuff for that. I'm probably gonna stay away from it for a while, but I'll definitely be back to it. It's kind of like I did a bunch of like House of the Dragon videos, and I kind of stopped. So I didn't want to like become just a House of the Dragon like discussion channel. Like I wanted to like give it a little bit of room, and then maybe after I've thought about the show a little bit more, I'll tell you some more stuff. Like I want to do another video covering Rhaenyra in season 2, why I didn't like where they went with that character. Like I almost want to go through all of like the main characters in House of the Dragon and do a video for each one. So mainly like Rhaenyra, Aegon, Aemond, all that stuff. Do you see George R. R. Martin's new blog post? Was it the one that he took down, or is there a new one? I also saw that there was one floating around that might have been fake. Let's take a little look. Take a little look. Okay, so just uploaded this today. Let me see if anything came out of this that's interesting. Traveling. The first half of my year was pretty miserable. Dominated as it was by the death of Howard Waldrop on January 14th. We're talking about again how people in his life dying and all that stuff. In his passing came 6 days after talking to him. Yeah, again, a lot of grief. This first paragraph from George is a lot of grief. And then, again, it gets worse, right? This is what we're talking about, right? Is he then goes to talk about his work, and he's not finding much happiness in his writing came hard. And though I did produce some new pages on both Winds of Winter, yes, and Blood on Fire, the sequel to Fire, it's Fire and Blood Part 2, George. I'm not calling it that. I would have liked to turn out a lot more. And then he starts talking about some stuff with some of the shows. The stress kept mounting. The news went from bad to worse to worst. My mood seemed to swing between fury and despair, and at night I tossed and turned when I should have been sleeping. When I did sleep well, my dreams were none too pleasant. Again, George just comes off as a very tortured, depressed man. And I understand why he has those feelings, right? He's getting older in age. Death seems to be approaching. Something that George writes a lot about. And he just has a lot of things he still needs to do. And so I do feel for him. I do feel for him quite a lot. But yeah, that seems to be the gist of the post. He seems like he did get some stuff done with A Song of Ice and Fire, but based on what he says on there, not a lot. I may have to make another video on it. But we'll see. Also, thank you for letting me know there was a new blog post remix. I appreciate that. Go Tyrion. I agree. Tyrion is a very attractive man. See, I think Peter Dinklage, attractive man. So I don't really got much to say on this one. I know you feel differently, Eric, but I would rather him finish a couple more Dunk and Egg stories instead of getting into Blood and Fire. See, I don't blame you. Like, it's just a personal bias. Like, I really love Fire and Blood, so I'd love to see that story like finish. And I think why I'm so much more for Fire and Blood Part 2 is that I think it would give more information into the actual backstory of the world. It would complete the world's like history, really. Like, you would have like the overall of what went wrong. Sorry, the overall picture of what happened from Aegon's conquest all the way up to the main story. And there's gonna be a lot of details within there that we don't know what's true, what's not true, and all that stuff. And that's where something like Dunk and Egg, more novellas from that could then give us even more details, like tell us the rumors that were happening during the times of like Fire and Blood and what may have actually occurred, given we can talk to characters like Blood Raven or Maekar. I personally think that Fire and Blood Part 2 is better for a content perspective, but I understand the Dunk and Egg novella stuff as well. Because Dunk and Egg novellas, I think more people enjoy those than Fire and Blood. So, I don't know. Hey, Ruckus. People voting are not women, probably. So, got to keep that in mind. I want more on the Blackfires. Agreed, Ruckus. Like, think about the Blackfire rebellions. There's like 2 of them we almost know nothing about. Like, that's crazy. I want more stuff with like, melees. That would be really cool. I don't know. I think Aegon's Conquest would work better as an animated series. Definitely could, Bleach. I mean, think about how much, budget you're going to need for the dragons and all that stuff. It would just work better as, an animated series. I don't disagree with that. But I love the deep dive Dunk and Eggs books too. Fair. I can't disagree with you. Like, I don't think there is a wrong answer. Like, I just want more A Song with Some Fire content in general. But I don't know, and it's really sad because it like I already feel it, right? Like I can already tell like now that House of the Dragon's over, some of that viewership of this space has kind of gone down a little bit. But I don't know, it is sad, It is here. It's sad that House of Dragon ended in a way that I feel like a portion of the fan base just is not really enjoying a Song of Ice and Fire stuff right now. A Theory of Ice and Fire. See, I don't blame him, right? Because I can see it where he's trying to do Winds of Winter, and then he thinks about something that would be good for Fire and Blood Part 2, and also jotting those things down for Fire and Blood Part 2 at the same time. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing that he's working on both of them. And I just think Winds of Winter, to me, is probably just not enjoyable, that he wants a break, and so he'll do Fire and Blood Part 2. That, to me, is probably the way I would look at it. You think we'll see the fall of Numenor and the cringe of power? Ruckus, we will, but it won't be the same, I don't think. Hi, Ashley, how are you? I genuinely don't know how Rings of Power is making any money. Like, who is watching it like that much outside of people that are making content on it? John should at least have been an A tier given how many times he's mentioned to be pretty, but just about everyone he bumps into. I mean, we're going off of the show though, Rob, and I don't know. I think it's community's vote. I think I also would have put him in A, but I don't know. Did you hear Preston Jacobs' response to George Notablog? It was funny. No, I didn't. I don't really tend to watch other YouTubers that much. The only time I really ever like look at I think other YouTubers' content is History of Westeros, and then sometimes I'll listen to like Carmine and Preston Jacobs when they talk about certain topics I'm interested in. Like there's a couple videos on this channel that are just almost straight up responses to some of their videos because I disagree with their opinions. But I don't know. Ruckus, I mean, nothing really makes sense in Rings of Power, so. Rings of Power Season 2 is not good, no. I was a bit more optimistic on it than I think most people were through 3 episodes. Even then, though, like, if I was going to rate the first 3 episodes of the show, I probably would have given it a 6 out of 10. But after episode 4, I think the show's just bad again. It's just bad. I don't know what else to say. I mean, if you want to see my full thoughts, you can watch my stream on the second channel. Unfortunately, the audio is a little screwed up at the very beginning, so I'll just go through that. But yeah, it's just not very good. It doesn't make any sense. But also, Ashley, you're good. Looking forward to that video. If you release it at some point, let me know. What do you think of Preston Jacobs? I'm completely cool with Preston Jacobs. I don't have any problems with him. Like I actually like contacted him to do a reaction. He was the first person that I actually did a reaction on. I don't know if that's true. But he's the first person that responded to me reaching out if I could react to one of their videos and like talk about their theory. And he responded and let me do that. And I mean, I don't agree with all of his opinions and all of the things that he does or whatnot. But I don't know. I think he's a pillar to the A Song of Ice and Fire universe or like community, I guess. And so, like he inspired so many people to make channels and stuff like that. I think he's pretty cool. Yeah, episode 4 effed up everything, the Hardfoot stuff and lack of Anatar screen time. Agreed. I mean, you can't put the worst 2 plots in an episode and just have it be bad. I think episode 4 is so bad because it didn't have anything from Numenor and Sauron. Yeah, agreed. Ruckus, like, the thing that made those things not as bad in the earlier parts of the episodes for me was because they weren't on screen that much. Right? Like, I just don't like the Galadriel plot. I still don't like Galadriel's plot. I don't like the Elven Ring plot. I don't like the Hardfoot stuff. The parts of the show that I like is Numenor, Anatar, and then the dwarf stuff, right? And even those sometimes have issues with that. Like I had issues with some of the execution of the Isildur plot. But asked, who are you taking Jets or 49ers tonight, Greece? So before Christian McCaffrey was going to be out, I would have told you the 49ers, but I wouldn't have felt good about it. Now I'm picking the Jets, but I don't feel good about either one of these teams, right? Because on one side of it, you've got the 49ers, who are going to be out with CMC. Brandon Ayuk didn't practice all of training camp, so he's going to be coming in, probably working on limited snaps. The left tackle for the 49ers was basically kind of holding out until now. So I don't love the 49ers. I feel like they might be a little sloppy tonight, like we've kind of seen throughout the first week. And I think the Jets, it's like you have Aaron Rodgers coming back after a massive injury. He's, getting up there in age. You don't know really what to expect from him as a quarterback right now because his last full season he played, he wasn't particularly that good in Green Bay. So I don't know. Like a bunch of new targets, a bunch of new weapons. Could be a situation like the Falcons where they couldn't move the ball. It seemed like that whole offense was new and they were really struggling with what to do. I could see a situation like that. You're playing the 49ers, one of the best defenses in the league, and the Jets are the same way. So it could be a really weird game where it's a low scoring affair because of how sloppy the offenses look. Get the fucking hobbits out of my face, goofy bastards. I agree. Dakota, also, I just read your message responding to Ashley. Hope you're doing all right. I am assuming so, Ruckus. And Narion, I don't think is even a character. Rings of Power is garbage? Yeah, agreed. I really appreciate him too in that way for sure. One of the smartest people in the community of Science Fire. Yeah, makes great theories, all of that stuff. Yeah. Ashley, congrats on your Steelers win, by the way. That was one of the craziest wins I've ever seen, given it was just field goals the whole game. But my Patriots, they're not much better. They scored less points than the Steelers did. That's saying something. Damn, Dakota. Well, I hope you feel better. Hope everything works out. Yeah, Matthew, having to watch the Bears game, because I had the two games that I have in my area are for 12 o'clock were the Bears and the Patriots, right? Those are the two games, and boy, it was rough. Like I'm a Patriots fan, and like the Patriots game was like, it was just a classic Patriots win where it's like, it's only good defense and special teams. Bears game was the exact same way, really sloppy game. Neither quarterback looked good, but I was really hoping Rings of Power 2 will be good, so it would parallel how you feel about House of the Dragon. Nah. I mean, so far, Rings of Power has not even come close to House of the Dragon. That's true, Dakota. That's true. Hi, Radical. How are you? All right, let's put Tyrion in B. That is what I don't mind Tyrion in B. I would say A, though. I don't know, personally. All right, let's move on. Let's do Gilly. We're going for Sam's woman, so be careful. Sam the Slayer may come out and thwart you if you put her too low on this list. But we'll see. We'll see. Lions game was a fun game last night. Yeah, I have like a mainly Rams team, ditto. So I have Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, Cooper Kupp on my team. So I was pretty much just like, I'm not even a Rams fan, even though I live around the St. Louis area when they were here. Even then, I wasn't a Rams fan. But I pretty much have to be a Rams fan. I've been like a 49ers fan in the past because I always have 49ers players on my fantasy teams. So it was interesting. It was interesting last night. It was one of those games where I feel like whoever won the coin toss first in overtime was going to win. Yeah, Zeno, House of the Dragon looks way better than Rings of Power. There's just way more investment in characters. Not in the show, Floor. I take Rings of Power episode 4 was still better than House of the Dragon episode 8 for me. I wouldn't even go that far. Like, I think the reason I would maybe say that is because episode 8 had more of an emotional attachment to episode 8 in that show, that them destroying characters and things like that made a bigger reaction from me. But I think House of the Dragon episode 8 still had things like that were really good, like great acting. You cared about certain characters, even if they weren't great, like what there was going on with their characters being written. Rings of Power wasn't really that. Rings of Power, like in episode 4, is like, I just don't care. I don't want to watch the show. Like, I just genuinely don't care. So, I don't know. Agreed, Radical. I can definitely see that. I enjoy President Carmine, but out of nowhere, Carmine called me a liar in the comments as a former lawyer for saying George doesn't criticize David and Dan for legal reasons. From my interpretation, and this goes for Ryan Condal as well, I think George talking like negatively or about things that were going on behind the scenes, probably George shouldn't be talking about that and could be sued for certain reasons. So I do think that is possible. Like, I don't know the actual, like, I don't know, like, I'd have to see your whole comment, but I would lean to, yeah, George didn't want to say anything because of like legal stuff, but also he didn't want to say it because it would be kind of unprofessional. Agreed, Bleach. They did do that. Okay, so, warning for anybody that has not watched The Sopranos. I'm about to spoil pretty much the ending. I liked Sopranos, and I've been told this is a common opinion. I like Sopranos pretty much all the way up until the end, and then the ending, to me, was just unsatisfying. It didn't conclude anything, really, in the story. I get the direction was like, this is kind of how it would really be, right? You know, you're not going to have a conclusion. You're going to get shot because you're in the, the mafia or the mob, whatever. I get it. Like, they were trying to do it from Tony's perspective, but it just comes off as just like, what? The ending took the show, to me, from being like a top 3 show that I've ever watched to like, yeah, it's still pretty good, but the ending, the very end scene, just like destroys, in my opinion, so much of how that show could have been. I don't know. I don't doubt that theory that they were trying to replace David and Dan for season 5. Thank you for joining in, Gregory. How are you? Yeah, I was not a fan of the ending. But yeah. I saw YouTubers say that what George did was far from unprofessional. Then he said the Got Phantom is headed down a toxic road if we see George as unprofessional for speaking his mind. The Radical, I'm kind of in the middle on that because I think it does come off as unprofessional by George. It's him venting to, like, the general public, or trying to manipulate the general public, whatever his actual motives were. I think it came from just straight emotion. I know a lot of people think it was calculated from George. I don't think so. I think it was just an emotional breakdown. Think about his blog post, how negatively he talked in that. I think it was one of those things, right? It was just a lot of things came to the forefront. Him figuring out what was going on in the next couple seasons is what broke that for him. And so, on one side of it, I don't think if I was George, I would have posted that. Like if I'm a YouTuber, I wouldn't have posted something like that. And so I see that and I go, yeah, I get that argument. But on the same side, I also think that George has every right to express his feelings and express what he thinks is going on. So I'm kind of in the middle. I see both sides of it. What's your favorite season of The Sopranos? Season 5 was really good. But see, like, this is the thing. If like the ending would have been better and it would have concluded the story better, I think I would have said like season 5. But I almost feel like I like season 4. I think season 4 maybe might be my favorite. I think season 3 is my least favorite, and then I think it's season 4, season 5, season 2, season 1, season 3. Yeah, Matthew. I think I'm a season 4 guy. I really did like Ralph as well as an antagonist. I get that, Zeno. I get that. All right, we're gonna put Gilly in A. All right, like it. Put her back of A. All right, Catelyn or Michelle Farley. Where are we gonna put Catelyn? I know there's a lot of extremists, out there that don't like Catelyn. I'm I don't love Catelyn as a person, to be fair, but I don't know. I enjoy talking about her character. I'll say that. Watch Deadwood or The Wire next. Okay, what platforms are they on, Matthew? Do you watch any horror shows, Grease, like From or Walking Dead? No, I don't like horror stuff that much. Like, I just don't really find any enjoyment in it. I like horror, like when it's used in another genre. That's like the only time I like horror. I don't like horror by itself. They're on Max. Well, HBO's been canceled until Duncan Egg comes back. Breaking Bad is in my opinion, is a better version of The Sopranos. It's really what it is. Like I had the opposite opinion until the end, but Breaking Bad's ending just like concludes every storyline so perfectly that I think Breaking Bad, because of its ending, is just far better than Sopranos' ending. That makes it better than Sopranos, in my opinion. Like even I would even say Better Call Saul. Like I like that show as well, but I don't know. That is a great character. However, she is my least favorite character in the verse, if that makes sense. I get that. Like, I love covering Catelyn's chapters on rereads, but I don't necessarily like Catelyn as a person. So, I agree, Ashley. I agree with that take. Never watched The Wire, so I might have to give that a chance, though. Why did you want Skylar to get arrested? I know people like really hate Skylar and all that, and I can see why. But Skylar is quite literally the victim in this situation. Like I didn't want to see her go to jail. Like I don't know. Daemon Blackfire is the one true king, would wreck Rhaenyra and Aegon the Second. Ahaps. Yeah, P, I agree. I think Breaking Bad just has a just fantastic ending. Hated Marie. Yeah, Marie is not a great character. I was not a fan of Marie either. Catelyn in B. Okay, fair. I like that. Like that opinion. Friendly. Friendly is also an attractive guy. I'll say it. From what I can remember though, Ashley's not gonna be a big fan of Renly. She's got dark hair. So unfortunately for Renly. But for Ashley's scale, probably gonna get ranked at like a B. My assumption. For Christ's sake, Marie, they're minerals. Agreed. Oh, Dakota is going with a hot S tier. I like that. I like that opinion. But I like it. Is it because he doesn't like Stannis? I don't know. Grease, would you rather drink wildfire or be locked forever in the Dreadfort? I would just drink wildfire. What's the point of living at that point? Like Radical, if I cannot get out of the Dreadfort and like I'm a prisoner, and let's say I'm like Theon level prisoner, I would rather just kill myself then. Like there's no point of living. Like there's no like what's the point, right? Actually, I thought you didn't like guys with dark hair because you didn't like Richard Madden. That's Rob. You didn't like Rob. Like Rob and Renly kind of look similar. Great point. Endings really matter. They do. Like that's the problem is like with Sopranos, I would say if you took one average, like middle of the pack, like Sopranos episode and put it against one middle of the pack episode from Breaking Bad, I would probably say that Sopranos' episode is probably going to be better than the Breaking Bad episode. But I think you lose some of your value of your show if your ending doesn't really conclude storylines going on, right? Like we're left with so many questions as to who actually killed Tony. And I know that's supposed to be like some big mystery and all that, whatever, but it's not really that compelling. Like it just seems like he just dies to some rando. Like it's just not compelling. And I understand that, oh yeah, well this could have happened in real life all the time. It's realistic. but it's not satisfying for a television show. It's the same like idea of like Lord of the Rings, right? When they're adapting it, they take things out because it doesn't really fit the screen. It's the same idea there. So if you don't really give us a good conclusion for this character of Tony Soprano we've come to, see through all these seasons, we don't know what happens to like Carmela. We don't know what happens to like her children. We don't know what happens to Sal, for instance, right? It's just it leaves it on a note that is just unsatisfying as a viewer. I don't know. Ashley, I must be misremembering or something. I don't even know. I mean, Matthew, I had to rewatch the final scene because I was like, I thought for a second because again, so we're getting a little into Sopranos lore, but like, so the last scene is for people that don't know, who haven't watched it, is basically just this guy, this mafia like leader, whatever, is waiting for his family to come to dinner, and it's kind of shown through his perspective. There's like a shady guy that comes in into the bar. He walks to go to like the bathroom, and during their conversation, Tony's there, and it just cuts to black. I thought for a second, or like a good like couple minutes, that that's how they ended the show. That it like the go to black was just, oh, that's how the show ended. Like Tony didn't actually die. It was just him having a dinner with his family. And then I rewatched it, and I'm like, oh no, he's actually dead. What a weird way to do it. I don't know. Also, yeah, we are getting a Spider-Man 4 soon. That should be cool. That should be cool. I like that we can imagine anything that happened at the end of Sopranos. See, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like, I'm the complete opposite. I don't like that. Like, you can leave some things to mystery. You can't leave, like, so many of the major plots just, like, left there. I just feel like it's really weird. Yeah, rest in peace to the legend, James Earl Jones. Did a little tribute to him at the beginning of the stream. That will get copyrighted, of course, but it'll be edited out by YouTube by the end of or when it gets processed anyway. I have a life-size cardboard cutout of Jon Snow in my room. Oh, you gotta put that in videos or something. That'd be cool, Ashley. I have not watched Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, Gregory, that's pretty much been the opinion of every person I've talked to about the show. Like, they had the exact same feeling that I had, and it's like, I was kind of late on this trend. The creator of the series said that okay, so that's just a lie. Like Zeno, like, that's like saying, okay, this is what that's like saying. It's like saying, oh yeah, John's parents are in the books. Okay, well, some people are going to say it's R plus L, some people are going to say it's N plus A. We're never going to actually truly know. Like, that's not a compelling end to a story, right? It's like if we got Dance with Dragons and it just ended. Like we never got Winds of Winter. We got like the story is not complete. It's left open, and it's like, eh. Radical, hope everything's going okay with the family. No good for COVID stuff. Hope everything goes all right. Zeno, I don't like this stuff where it's like in the final scene, Tony was sitting at 3:00 and you're supposed to pick up from one minor scene earlier on, like in the season. It's like, that's not compelling. That was not built up. You would have had to watch the show multiple times to like pick up on that or look at theories. I don't like that because your average viewer is not going to be able to understand. Like me, I didn't understand that. Like, and I'm someone that usually looks for like very small details and stuff like that in shows. For the average person, they're not going to realize that. That's just, it's like the Red Wedding. It's like the Red Wedding, you have every indication it's going to happen. It doesn't come out of the blue, right? Like, you know what's going to happen. Or you subconsciously feel unease going into the Red Wedding, and then when it happens, you feel like that was earned. So, I don't know. Cannibal, your S+. It's all right. Just busy time, Radical. But it's definitely, it's good. Had a test today. I think it went well. But Grease, you criticizing the Sopranos ending is actually kind of nice. I love the ending, but I enjoy seeing this perspective. Yeah, I mean, and it's one of those things where it's like, I wanted the Sopranos to be really good. So it's not out of I already hated the show going into it, and I was just picking it apart. Like, I was just naturally, casually watching it, and that's just how I felt about the ending. But People reviewing Blood and Cheese that this show is Red Wedding going, yeah, I thought it was going to be radical. I used those exact words, basically. I basically straight up said that the Red Wedding is going to be, or the Blood and Cheese is going to be the Red Wedding of the show, which it should have been. But you watch Sopranos when you're 14, that is too young. That's all I'm going to say. That is way too young. Oh God, one of my best friends is studying basically biology. So, yeah. As you guys can tell, my voice is kind of dying, so we might have to save this to part 4. But all right, B tier for Renly. Okay. Actually, I think he should have been an 8. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to end the stream. As you guys can tell, my voice is starting to crack, and it's not good. I am getting over a lot of sinus stuff, but I think I'm gonna end the stream here. And I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. And yeah,